Last time on Blaselocke, we hopped aboard the SS Anne, and although not without losses, we successfully defeated our rival, the Rogue Umpire, once more. But disaster struck when we lost our friend's dugout in summer, sending shockwaves through our game plan for Lieutenant Surge's electric-type gym. We've got to scramble to get back on track in Episode 4 of Blaselocke. It's Blaseball. It's Nuzlocke. This is Blaselocke. We have lost, so we do need to shell somebody. Probably gonna be Dallas Snakes here. So here's my plan. Now that I have cut, if I can get into the Flash Cave, that counts enough as a new area that I might be able to catch a rock type there. Might have to do some battles, though. Let's see. In fact, yeah, I think I am going to commit to Fletcher II and use that aerial ace TM. A little boost for Fletcher II. Alright, who are we going to catch in our new area here? Alright. I'm actually leaning toward catching this rat just because I'm still feeling sad about the loss of Juice Collins. Alright, this is going to be our second incarnation of Juice Collins. I guess this is a separate route as well, so I guess we can catch somebody. Oh, we don't have a Voltorb. We definitely don't have a Voltorb. There we go, there's our Voltorb. So, there aren't any Blaseball names that are jumping to the forefront of my head right now, so I'm gonna look at my Blaseball names. Chat if you have any good Blaseball names for a Voltorb. I am all ears. Oh, Rod Internet. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with that one. Can I fit? How much of that can I fit? No, you don't go in the shelled box. I keep forgetting I have to set it to the shadows. Definitely gonna want Internet in our party. And Flyout can return to the shadows for now. Let's heal up and then let's go into the cave and hopefully catch a rock type. Who's it gonna be? Well, that's not what I was hoping for, but if it can learn a rock-type move, it is going to be useful to us. I'm hoping that slight bit of damage and a Great Ball during sleep will work out. Okay, yeah, it worked out. I think we're gonna go with Jacob Winner on this one. It would eventually be a Machamp, and then champs are winners, I guess. It makes sense in my head, I don't know about anybody else. So we're gonna bring in Jacob Winner from the shadows, and Spears Taylor is gonna take a break. Typically don't like to get rid of status moves, but in this case I'll make an exception. We have to take more drastic measures than usual. Although I wouldn't really call that drastic, it's just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, our type coverage is now significantly better. We now have a fighting type who knows a rock move, and we have an electric type. Up until now, we've had very bad type coverage against flying types because we've basically had, like, flying types, bug types, grass types, stuff like that. It's going to be important that we grind up Jacob Winner so that we can use Rock Tomb in the third gym. For the time being, it's going to be a lot of grinding. So we gotta go to the Pokemon Center and shell somebody. I think the move right now is going to be to put Fletcher II in the shell for now. Flash might be useful on Internet here just to lower the accuracy, especially in a setting where Fletcher II is not going to be quite as good. Like the third gym here, we could use a Sand Attack type kind of move. Can anybody learn Dig? Oh, Juice could learn Dig. Jacob Winner could learn Dig. We wouldn't be getting a same type attack bonus off of that or anything, but it could be very useful to have that ground type move. I think I'm going to put it on Jacob Winter, just because we expect to have Jacob Winter put in the work in the third gym here. All right. Stats are looking pretty okay. The speed is a lot lower than I'd like. Yeah. Jacob Winter's speed is not good. Not good at all. So I don't think it's going to be a winning strategy, in particular, to put different Pokemon in front and then switch to Jacob Winter when it matters in the gym. I think that's going to be to our detriment. We're going to be putting Jacob Winter in a situation where he's not going to be getting those early hits. Alright, I am going to put Rod Internet up front for the first trainer battle in the gym, which is going to be fairly low stakes, I hope. And hopefully, Jacob Winter is going to take the hit efficiently. What I don't want to happen is to take 2 hits in a row, just because of our absurdly low speed. But I think it's not going to be that much of a problem. I'm really hoping it's not going to be that much of a problem. We'll see. What are the levels of these Pokemon? Level 21. Okay. Shouldn't be the end of the world. Right at the bottom of the first, we already are down by 2, the Moist Talkers. Voltorb versus Voltorb. The mirror match is back. Alright, cool. And we got a run, so at the top of the second, oh, we've got another run. Fletcher Yamamoto hits a single. Alright. Alright, Fletch. Fletcher Yamamoto gets caught stealing second base. Fletcher, we love you, but you gotta stop stealing those bases. You get caught too much. Since I have an empty spot, I'm gonna take Fly Out from the shadows. Just in case. If we lose this game, I'll have somebody to shell. So I think it might be in my best interest to solo the gym battle with Jacob Winter, just because the speed disadvantage, we don't want it to be in a situation where we switch into Jacob Winter from a weaker Pokemon and then get hit by a very strong electric type move. Alright, let's see if we can actually do this puzzle. How long is this going to take to properly do this puzzle? It's going to take the whole Blaseball game, I bet. Nope, there's only trash here. The Hawaii Fridays. I thought about making that joke, but I thought it was mean. So I'm glad you said it and not me. I love the Fridays. Alright, right off the bat, we still don't have the speed. We're losing speed battles to Pokemon that are 8 levels below us. Alright, here's the big one. Here's Raichu. Alright, we're losing on speed, and we also have to fight uphill against Double Team. Let's hope for the best. Yeah, if they shell idols again, then they're gonna have to introduce the pitching machine's brother or something, yeah. I think we're past shelling for now within Blaseball. We defeated Lieutenant Surge. That's good. Yeah, we're gonna be bringing back Fletcher II now that the danger of electricity is dealt with. So what we're gonna do is we're going to take Fletcher II here, bust Fletcher II out of the shell, and into the shadows. We don't need Fletcher II on the team just quite yet, because we could lose this game against the Moist Talkers and be forced to shell another Pokemon, and that's what Fly Out is currently in the party for. I gotta say, the gym battle went a bit more smoothly than I anticipated. I could have sworn the Raichu was like level 27 and not 24, so while we're waiting for this game to finish up, I'm going to try and get Rod Internet and Juice the Second some more levels back where we were grinding before. Alright, we have lost to the Moist Talkers once again. So having lost to the Moist Talkers, we do need to shell one of our Pokemon. Luckily, we prepared for this. We have our friend Flyout in the party, who is going to take the hit on the shell for us. I feel like I put Flyout in that position quite frequently, so I apologize for that, Flyout, but that's just how it has to be for now. I think we've missed our opportunity to properly train Flyout. We're going to take Fletcher II out of the shadows. Welcome back, Fletcher II. Our team is now complete. Alright, what does our team look like going into the Flash Tunnel? We've got Internet up front. We have Flowers, Bug Snacks, Jacob Winter, Juice II, and Fletcher II as well. And that should be a good enough team to carry us through it. I do want to put Juice II in front here for those trainer battles. But I'd like to remind everyone that despite this being practically a new area, we already did come here once to hopefully get a rock-type Pokemon, and that's how we got Jacob Winter, so we're not going to make any new catches here. 20 minutes till the next Blaseball game. We might be out of the dungeon by then, but who knows. Alright, cool, we're getting Raticate. Juice II is evolving. That's really good. In Gen 1, there's nothing quite like Eradicate with Hyper Fang. We're getting to the point that some of these Geodudes, especially in trainer battles, are going to know self-destruct. And that worries me a bit. Like, I know one of these is going to self-destruct on me. And I'm not going to be ready for it. Okay, don't blow up. Don't blow up. Don't blow up. Okay. We got it! Yay! So notably, we're going up against the flying type, which means we are going to be able to unshell a Pokemon. Top of the first, Hawaii Fridays batting. Let's do it.
3-2.
1,000 on the Fridays. That's what's up. Always never bet against the Fridays. Don't like this. Alright, don't blow up. 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 Yay! We did it. That's another flying type, so we are going to be entitled to shell 2 Pokemon at the end of this. Top of the 7th and no score on the board still. This could end up being a long game. Alright, we are out of the tunnel and we are going on to Lavender Town. Do want to heal up before fighting these trainers. So here's what's happened. Since we fought 3 different flying types in 3 different trainer battles, we are entitled to unshell all 3 of our shelled Pokemon, which is very good. We can put them into our shadows. We don't necessarily need to put them back in the party yet. But they will be there if we need them. We are probably going to need to shell somebody else if the Fridays lose this game, but we are at the top of the 8th with no score on the board at all, so who knows what's actually going to happen in this game. We might actually win this one. Alright, it's time for the Graveler ritual once again. Don't blow up! Don't blow up! Don't blow up! Don't blow up! Okay, it didn't blow up. Bottom of the 9th, nothing on the board. No outs yet for the Moist Talkers, but it could be that we go into extra innings for this one. Oh, there's the run. I was looking forward to something exciting, but now the Fridays are shamed. I should have thought to make like an additional rule for something bad to happen if the Fridays get shamed, like they have been just now. Shame sounds like you need to reduce your party size by 1. Well, I mean, I have to do that anyway to shell a Pokemon, right? So what we can do is this. We have to shell somebody. I think it's gonna be Flowers because I think we're going to fight a flying type fairly soon. I think we won't have to go a long time without Flowers, and I believe that we are going to be fighting a lot of Pokemon against whom Flowers is not going to be the optimal choice. Your suggestion is that if you're shamed, you reduce the max size of your party until some qualifier is met. Okay, I guess we could have gym leaders be like the metric for that, such that since we got shamed, my max party size goes down by 1 until I beat the next gym. I think that would impart a greater challenge that is pretty balanced. So I actually like that a lot. Thank you for that suggestion. I am going to limit myself to 5 Pokemon in my party until I beat the next gym leader as a result of the Hawaii Fridays being shamed in their game against the Moist Talkers. Alright, cool. I love a challenge. yeah, Season 11 of Blaseball. It's gonna be fun. The Hawaii Fridays have improved their lineup significantly. We have one of the best players in the league now. Some of our players were partying hard enough that they got lots of stat boosts. We're gonna hope to get some wins, but we'll see. I expect to do a little bit better. It's possible that we'll see some flying types along the way here. That would allow us to unshell Pokemon. Unshelling, by the way, seems to no longer be a factor in Blaseball. I think this Blaselocke run has outlived the existence of shelling as a mechanic in Blaseball. Alright, Blaseball has started. We are in a game with the Moist Talkers. The Moist Talkers have one of our best friends, York Silk. York Silk has returned. I'm leaning toward counting Sun 2 as a win if we manage to get it. I don't know if we're going to get it. I don't remember the last time the Fridays got 10 points, but it could happen.
1 to 2.
So while we are in a new area here, we're going to try to get a catch. There are a lot of duplicates here. We do already have an Ekans. We don't have a Growlithe, though. That is new. So, we can try our best to catch this Growlithe. Chat can think about Blaseball names for a second, I guess. Stevenson Heat, that's a good one. Well, did we get roared away from that? I was paying attention to chat and then I didn't see. Well, that is unfortunate. There's a flying type here, which means that we can unshell somebody, so we could unshell Flowers as soon as we win this. Alright, for the first time in quite a long time, we're going to be able to have a rat fight! I'm very happy to have rat fights back again. I think this is only the first or second time that I've actually displayed that I have money on a Blaseball game. So we did fight a flying type in a trainer battle so we can unshell Flowers. Alright, bottom of the 8th, 1 out, nobody on the base. We're doing good Fridays, come on. Alright, 2 outs at the bottom of the 9th, we're ahead by 2. I'm feeling cautiously optimistic about this. We might win for the first time. Fish Summer strikes out looking, that's it. That is it. Fridays win, Fridays win, Fridays win, Fridays win. For the first time. And I even had Blaseball coins writing on it. So very conveniently, that allows us to catch, well, it allows us an additional catch encounter. Obviously, the move is to try to catch a Growlithe that we missed out on doing earlier here in the stream. Alright, here's another Growlithe. Gonna try and do a Great Ball right off the bat. Okay. Alright, well, we tried. We tried. Roar got us again. I should have been thinking a bit harder. I should have put Bug Snacks up front and gotten the Sleep Powder off. I will say it feels extremely Fridays to finally get an additional catch encounter and then lose it on the first turn to Roar. Alright, we battled everybody here and we can go to the Celadon City side through the underground path here. And there is a patch of grass over there, so we might get lucky again. I am gonna put Bug Snacks in front just so the Bug Snacks could potentially get the Sleep Powder on the first turn, which is, that could have saved us last time. So what I'm trying to do is this, even though Bug Snacks is at a disadvantage, I think we're going to have the speed to do a Sleep Powder, and that should at least prevent it for the time being. And we can just throw some Great Balls and hope for the best. Alright, easy as that. Gotta bring up the Blaseball names. Yeah, I'll go with Violence, I suppose, yeah. Thank you for the suggestion. Since we were shamed last time, we do have to put a certain number of Pokemon away, just one in this case. Jacob Winter is kind of over-leveled right now. So I think we're gonna have Jacob Winter in the shadows. Additionally, I want to make some room for the Eevee because we'll get the Eevee. Gonna put Juice the Second in here for now. Alright, so given that we have electric and fire in our type coverage already, we're going to be going for Vaporeon with this one. And like I said earlier, we're going with Commissioner Vapor on that one, unless someone has like a way better name than that. This is definitely going to be Commissioner Vapor. Got about 15 minutes left until the next Blaseball game. I hope our Commissioner does a great job. And can we get a summary on Commissioner Vapor as well? Oh, the special attack and special defense, that's really good. Okay. We could potentially start going into the game corner and do the battles there and do all that fun stuff. I do want to level up Violence a bit first, though, because Violence is lagging behind the rest of the team, being a wild Pokemon and whatnot, as opposed to the rest of them, which have either been trained up or we just got from an event like Commissioner Vapor. Blaseball is back. Game 2 of 3 against the Moist Talkers. Once again, we actually won the last one, so we'll see how this goes. I don't think, even if we got another catch opportunity right here, right now, I think it would be all duplicates in this particular area. And I'm not going to say no to a duplicate, but it's just like, if it looks like we're going to actually win again, then I might relocate to a location that I know we might be able to take advantage of an additional catch encounter. At the top of the 9th, I'm probably going to attempt to go back to the Flash Tunnel, Rock Tunnel, whatever it's called. York Silk strikes out. I never thought that I was going to be happy to hear that York Silk struck out, but here we are. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Come on, Fridays. Oh, they've tied it up. This might be a close one. All right, the Moist Talkers hit a ground out. We're going to extra innings. Fridays, let's go. Let's get this over with. Juice Collins hit a ground out to York Silk. It's a surreal line for a Fridays fan to read. All right, another ground out. Now it's the bottom of the 10th. We are at risk once more. Watch us get shamed again, and I have to reduce my party size to 4.
Ground out to Jacob Winner. Fish Summer batting for the Moist Talkers. Fish Summer hits a single.
At this point, I might have willed it to happen, but I'm willing to live with it if that's what happens. Okay, yeah, okay. So we've been shamed. Once this game is over, I'm gonna have to reduce the maximum party size and shell somebody. So who's going in the shell? It has to be a party Pokemon. We can't shell somebody from the shadows. I think reluctantly, I'm gonna put Rod Internet in there just because Internet is electric type. We're going to be going up like rock types, ground types, poison types, grass types, and I don't think Internet is going to be able to put in the work that we're looking to see here. So it is going to be Rod Internet who gets shelled, and that leaves 4 in our party for the time being. I think Flowers and Jacob Winner can wait. Juice the Second needs to level up as well, but it's going to be an uphill battle. I think these are going to be our 4 for now, because Bugsnax is going to be able to take care of the poison types. Commissioner Vapor is going to be able to take care of like Giovanni's rock and ground types and stuff like that. We do need to level up Violence because we do need a good fire type. And Fletcher II is going to be able to, at the very least, if flying is not necessarily an advantage, we still have like Quick Attack, Sand Attack, Whirlwind, just those utility moves that we really are going to want to have on hand if things get rough for us. So that's where we're at for now.
And just as well, that's where we leave off. Next time on Blaselocke, it's off to Celadon City as we confront Team Rocket in the game corner and take on Erica in the city's grass-type gym. But can we really pull it off with only 4 Pokemon in our party? Find out next time on Blaselocke. Once again, thanks so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, consider liking and subscribing for more. As always, future episodes will appear here on YouTube, but you can also catch the full run streams on Twitch as they happen. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.